What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have a brand new build for you guys and it's going to be splendid. What we have here is a 2020 Gmc Acadia AT4 that's been slightly kissed in the front end and in the rear end too. So we got 2 for 1. I usually don't like to purchase anything with rear end damage. If you watch my videos, you know I always buy front end, and that's because it's just the best for me particularly. But on this one, it's kind of a special purchase, so I went ahead and got it. So as you can see, hood is destroyed, headlights, front bumper, the sensors, all that fancy stuff that goes up front. No damage to the engine, damage to the cooling system. As you can see, we got some frame damage, the crash bar, obviously the upper tie bar. So nothing crazy, but crazy enough for it to be salvaged. We have a nice 3.6 liter V6 in here, makes decent power. I believe it's a 10-speed transmission, all that fun stuff. You guys want to see what's going on inside. Inside this vehicle still looks mint as, oh my goodness. I just ran out of words over there, but as you can see, I love the seat. Has the AT4 badge on it. The dash is okay, so we do not have to replace the dash. That's good. The steering wheel airbag and the driver knee airbag is deployed. We have the beautiful Bose sound system in here. Love it. In the back over there, as you can see, we also have captain seats. Beautiful brown leather. This is gonna be a beautiful vehicle. We have a lot of parts in here. The rear bumpers, some parts of the front bumper, and some other stuff are in here. I really like when I purchase vehicles from auction and you find the parts inside the vehicle, because those parts really do add up and you save quite a bit of money. But as usual in Canada, that is where I live. Before you can begin any repairs on a salvage vehicle, it needs to get inspected first, and then after the repairs are done, then it's getting inspected a second time. So before we can start throwing parts and doing all that fancy fun stuff, we have to get this vehicle ready for inspection. And to do that, we need both front and rear bumpers off the vehicles. We need the fender liners or the wheel liners off the vehicle. All the plastic underneath the engine has to come off. Then we can take it in to get inspected. So without much more talking, let's get to that. Alright guys, as you can see, we have the fender liner out. Got a little bit of stash over here. So now I'm going to go over to the right side and repeat the same process. Alright guys, that's all we can do for right now. I have the fender liners off the vehicle in the trunk. I'm going to catch you guys back here tomorrow when the tow truck comes to pick this up to go get inspected. All right, guys, as you can see, where the vehicle is in the shop, it's almost done pretty much. Lots of the work has been done. Very soon we're going to bring this vehicle back home and start getting some more work done on it.
A few moments later.
I'm currently at the dealership, and as you can see, we have a truck or a trailer full of parts. All of these parts are still for the Acadia. I know it seems like we've got a whole lot done on it, but we still have a whole bunch more parts to throw on it. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. What you see here is the GMC Acadia that we started working on just earlier in the video. This vehicle has been gone for a very long time because it was hard to find the parts that this vehicle required to get the structural work done. But as you can see, we have it back at the house right now, and we have completed the repair. We've also completed the paint job on this vehicle, so there's only going to be one video on this rebuild. As you can see, the left fender or the right fender got painted, the hood got painted. We have a brand new front reinforcement bar over here. We have a brand new upper tie bar. All of that got painted. The fenders, originally there was no damage to the side, so that's all good. No damage to any of these components over here. The rear panel over here, so that piece over here got replaced and painted. I also picked up a used reinforcement or tow hitch, as it goes in this case, and the inside is completely stripped to get this repair done. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is throw on the rear bumper back together, and then we can start piecing this interior back together. And as you can see, I'm making really good progress. We have lots of parts that was in the vehicle out of the vehicle. There's some stuff over here and a lot more stuff over here too. So right over here you can see the damaged piece that was originally on the vehicle that we replaced, which is this piece over here. So that's the new one, that's the damaged one. And that's the proper way to get this repair done. I know some people would have just, went at that piece with a hammer and done whatever with this they do, but I like to get things done the right way, and we did. Over here in the trailer, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of parts. That's for a different build. We got the upper grille, the lower grille, and this rear bumper section just came out from that piece over there. So we're gonna go ahead and toss this on the rear bumper we just separated and continue the install. Alrighty guys, it's another day in the garage. As you can see, I have the GMC Acadia in the garage now. My goal today is to start working on the cooling system, so everything up here has to replace, the condenser, the transcooler, the rad, all of that. I'm gonna start installing the headlights and start, we're gonna assemble the bumper and get it thrown on the vehicle. Lots of work ahead of us guys, so without much more talking, let's get to it. Alright guys, and just like that, as you can see, we have the assembly out of the vehicle. I have the used replacement unit over here. I have the condenser that I'm going to swap into that one, and I can install it in here. So let's get back to work. Alright guys, and as you can see, we have the brand new cooling system fully installed on the vehicle. Everything is secured over here. The next thing I'm going to do is start adding this coolants and the vehicle. We're going to start it obviously running to temp, top it up as needed, and then we can start assembling things on the front end of the vehicle. So now let's get down to it. Alright guys, now I have coolants in the vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. We're going to run it up to temperature, make sure we get all the air out of the system, and then we can move on to something else. Alrighty guys, it's another day in the garage and back working on the GMC Acadia 84. Lots of work has gone into this vehicle. I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on right now. So as you can see, I've currently disassembled the bumper that came with this vehicle, which is the original one. That's the scrap pieces, that's the harness, the fog light bezel. We need another bezel and then some broken pieces over here. I have the brand new pieces over there, the newly painted bumper, the lower bumper, the upper and lower grille over there that's going to go on the vehicle. So putting this front bumper together is almost going to be a puzzle because there's so many pieces that needs to go to make this bumper a complete assembly. But as you know, without much more talking, I'm going to get right to it. And now with the upper and lower bumper all mated together, we have our brand new lower grille. This is directly from GM because there's no aftermarket parts for this vehicle, unfortunately. We have an OEM lower grille that's gonna go on the bumper. Alrighty guys, and just like that, as you can see, the upper bumper is now mated to the lower bumper, which is now mated to the lower grille. Lots of big progress over here. Like I said, there's so many pieces that's gonna go in here. Now I'm gonna start putting the fog light bezel, connect the wiring underneath, install the fog lamp on that side and the other side, and then start installing the bumper sensors. Alright guys, just like I said, as you can see, I've secured the bumper wiring harness completely to the bumper. I've also connected all the sensors. I also popped in 2 brand new sensors, as you can see over here, because they were missing. So really big progress, guys. This bumper is almost ready to be fitted. I just need to install the upper grille and the temperature sensor or the ambient temp sensor, and we're good to go. Alrighty guys, as you can see, the front bumper is now completely assembled. It's like putting together a puzzle because there's so many pieces. I can't even tell you because I lost count. There's so many pieces that needs to be put together to assemble this bumper to one complete unit. Luckily, I've been able to do that. So right now at this point would be a perfect time, or would be the perfect time to install the bumper on the vehicle. But we have an issue. So after completely putting the front end together, we have a plug over here that goes to nothing. So after doing some diagnosing and research and figuring it out, I kind of figured out exactly what goes over here. So on a different build, I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to show you exactly what should be going in that spot. So on this vehicle, as you can see, that is the grille shutter. And in this grille shutter, there is a connector right over there. You can see the wiring straight in the middle like the other vehicle. And that grille shutter is what connects over there. So I will have a picture in the video letting you guys know what it's going to look like. I'm going to have a picture up here somewhere to give you guys a better idea of what that shutter should look like. And as you can see on this vehicle, it's not there. So I'm going to need to wait to get that in, and then we can throw it on. Alrighty guys, it's another day in the garage. I'm back working on the GMC Acadia. As you can see, a lot of the front end components are now on the vehicle. Installed the headlight just for test fitting. We are going to be doing some repair to this headlight to salvage it. All the headlight, the low beam, high beam, the running light, and turn signal does work on this. So we're going to try to make sure that we can save this piece. The headlight on the other side is completely okay. Now the next piece I'm going to throw on is the front rad shutter, and then we can start building out this front end. And guys, it is another day in the garage once again. There's so many projects to work on. I keep hopping back and forth. Right now on the GMC, I've done some of the repairs that I was looking to get done. For example, on the headlight over here, as you can see, I've gone ahead and sealed it up. That tape made a very good foundation for us to do the epoxy repair. Now it's completely sealed. I'm happy about that. I also went ahead and fixed the wiring repair, because when I installed the fully assembled bumper on the vehicle, none of the sensors or fog lamp would work. So I took it back off again, looked at the wiring, and I found an open circuit over here, which I've also repaired, and now it's working the way it should. So that's the thing with the rebuilds. It's never ending. There's always stumbles. There's always milestones you have to pass. There's always unexpected repairs or unexpected faults that you're going to find. But I'm making really good progress and I'm super happy about that. Now I'm going to go ahead and install the headlight once and for all, and now we can move into other things. Right now I can't get any more work done in the front end of the vehicle because there's a critical part I'm waiting for and I currently don't have it in here. So now I have the back of the vehicle backed in. I'm going to swap all the components that's in the tailgate area of this vehicle because right now there is something that's not making this work properly. So as you can see, when I go to the back end of the vehicle and I unlock it, it flashes, but it takes a while before it actually opens up. You see that delay? It shouldn't do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and swap all the components on this assembly to this assembly, and I think that should fix it. Alright guys, it's now the following morning from the night working on the GMC Acadia. I completely buttoned things up in the rear end of the vehicle. Everything is done 100%. There's no issues. There's nothing to be done there. Everything now functions the way it's supposed to. So I'm super happy about that. Now I'm going to hop on the front end. I have received the last remaining pieces. I hopefully believe should get this front end completely done also. So over in these boxes, there are 4 boxes over here are the parts I need to completely assemble the front end of this vehicle. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop off this front bumper. It's just loosely fitted. I'm going to put it on a bumper stand and then I'm going to get into this vehicle. So over in these boxes are the parts I need. I have a top baffle piece. I have the shutter over here. And I have the rad frame, or the rad shutter frame. So let's get to work. And guys, look at that. The front end is looking really good. All the components are now fully installed. The top cover, the bumper support, the rad shutter frame, and the rad shutter itself. Everything is looking good. The next part I'm going to be installing on this bike is, pardon me, the next part I'm going to be installing on the vehicle is the critical component. It's in that box over there, and that's the transmission mount. When I pop it out, you're going to see why I'm replacing it. It does have a crack from the damage on this vehicle, so I'm going to remove the battery tray, everything in that area to get to that piece. And now guys, as you can see, I've taken apart a whole lot of stuff over there. That's the mount we need to replace. It's the complete assembly over there. There's a few bolts that needs to come off before we can get it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Oh, now we have it, and this is why we're replacing it. As you can see, a big chunk of the transmission mount is missing. It's not what running this rigs having something bad happen on the road, so we picked up a replacement unit. So now for a quick comparison, this is the old one over here, as you can see, and this is the brand new one. So this is what it's supposed to look like out of the box compared to the one that's damaged over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the brand new one and secure it in position. Alright guys, you can see now I have the new transmission mount fully secured. That took a minute. It was hard to line up the bolts in the back over there because there are 3 of them, and that was very difficult, but now it's fully secured, torque to spec. Super happy about that. Now I can go ahead and remove the jack stand. Yep. And we still have the engine in place, so clearly I did something right. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall everything I removed in this area to get this done, and then we can completely button up the front end of this vehicle. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do is replace the driver knee airbag. As you can see, I have the deployed one out of the vehicle. I have a brand new replacement over here that's going to go in here. So let me throw this in. Okay, and there we have it. That's the airbag over there. It's fully installed, fully secured. Now onto this one over here. And there we have it guys. As you can see, I've opened it up. The deployed airbag is ready to come out. I have the brand new replacement, or the new to us replacement over here. That's gonna go in the vehicle. Alright guys, so basically what I'm doing right now is splicing in new connectors over here from my own current stock. You can see the original airbag over here. So anytime the wheel airbag deploys, the connectors actually melt because this gets very hot. So it melts and you cannot remove this, doesn't matter. It's gonna break before it actually comes off. So I have some new connectors over here just from other vehicles I've done in the past, and I've tested everything. I've made some modification to them, obviously, as you can see. So it is gonna work perfectly in here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and close this up with this piece over here. And then I'm gonna connect the new airbag. And now it's fully secured. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install this in the steering wheel. Okay, and now it's gonna just like that. Clickety clack. It's fully secured now. Alrighty guys, as you can see, I just came back from having the airbag crash data reset on this vehicle. The airbag is still on just because we're still waiting for the seatbelt to come in and the passenger side also. But the crash data is now reset. All the Christmas tree is now off the vehicle. Alright guys, now as you can see, we have the GMC Acadia AT4 in the garage one more time for the final parts or the final work that's going to get done on this vehicle for the rebuild to be complete. So right now I'm going to go ahead and perform an engine oil change, perform a transmission oil drain and fill, because we need new transmission oil in there for sure. The vehicle is not shifting the greatest. I took it for a test whip and I could tell that right away. But as you can see, the front end of this vehicle is looking good compared to what it looked like when we first picked it up. Big, massive improvement compared to before. As you guys also know, the airbag has also been replaced. The seatbelt has been replaced. The interior has been proper detailed. I'm going to open this door over here for you guys. Pretty dark, but as you can see, everything is cleaned out. It's looking really good in here. So now I'm going to go ahead and lift and secure the vehicle so we can get underneath, drain the old oil and drain some fresh fluid in there. And now with the vehicle lifted up, and of course we secured it on jack stands because we like to play safe over here, I'm going to go ahead, I have my drain pan over there. I'm going to go ahead and break loose the transmission drain plug and drain all the oil. And guys, just like that, as you can see, the build on the GMC Acadia is completely done. The vehicle looks excellent, much better compared to when we originally picked this up. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and stay tuned for more cool builds like this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.